Imagine this. You finish dinner, you brush your teeth, you settle into bed, and right before you turn off the light, you eat one small cup of berries. Just that, a tiny bowl of dark blue fruit. Blueberries, to be exact. And that one quiet habit, done every single night, may do more for your kidneys than most people realize. Not as a miracle, not as a cure, but as a gentle, steady act of support your kidneys will notice over the months and years to come. And here is the part most people miss. The biggest threat to your kidneys is not the dramatic stuff. It is not a sudden infection. It is not a single bad meal. It is the slow, silent buildup of inflammation and oxidative stress, the kind that creeps in while you sleep. So the question is not what should you eat for breakfast, or what should you cut out of dinner. The question is this: what can you give your kidneys at bedtime that works with them while you rest, not against them? The answer, according to kidney specialists and the National Kidney Foundation, is one specific fruit. And if you stay with me through this short video, I am going to walk you through exactly why that fruit earned the top spot, the science behind it broken down in plain English, the common mistakes most people make without realizing it, and the simple way to add it to your night routine starting tonight. No pills, no powders, no expensive equipment. Just a fork, a bowl, and about 60 seconds of your evening. Pause with that for a moment, because chances are you have been told your whole life to eat more fruit, drink juice, take a multivitamin. But almost no one ever told you that the timing of when you eat that fruit can matter just as much as the fruit itself, especially for your kidneys. Before we go any further, I want you to know who is behind this information. I draw on guidance from the National Kidney Foundation, peer-reviewed research indexed by the National Institutes of Health, and the practical nutrition work done by registered dietitians who specialize in chronic kidney disease. Nothing here is hype. Nothing is a trend. If I mention a finding, I will explain it in words you can use at the kitchen table, not in a lab. If this kind of steady, honest information is helping you, 2 quick things before we dive in. Tap the subscribe button. Every new subscriber helps this channel reach another person whose kidneys need this kind of gentle support. And drop your age in the comments below, just your age and where you are watching from. I read every comment, and it helps me tailor the next video to the people who actually need it. Now let me introduce you to the fruit. The #1 bedtime fruit doctors and kidney nutritionists keep quietly recommending is the humble blueberry. Not a tropical superberry from across the world. Not a pricey exotic powder. The small, dark blue berry you can pick up at almost any grocery store, fresh or frozen, for a few dollars a week. The National Kidney Foundation lists blueberries on its official kidney-friendly superfoods page, and registered dietitians who specialize in kidney disease recommend them again and again. So why blueberries, of all the fruits in the world? 3 reasons. Their potassium is low, so your kidneys do not have to work overtime processing them while you sleep. Their phosphorus is low, so they do not add to the mineral burden that tired kidneys struggle to clear. And they are absolutely packed with a special class of antioxidants called anthocyanins, the pigments that give blueberries their deep blue color. Those antioxidants are the real reason this berry matters at bedtime. Let me explain how. Think of your kidneys as a hard-working cleaning crew. Every single minute of every single day, they are filtering blood, balancing minerals, removing waste, and keeping your blood pressure steady. That is a lot of work for 2 small organs shaped like beans. Now imagine that cleaning crew has been going hard all day. By night, when you finally lie down, your body shifts into repair mode. Your blood pressure drops, your heart rate slows, and your kidneys get a small window to catch up on maintenance. During that window, 2 things matter most for kidney health: reducing inflammation and reducing oxidative stress. Inflammation is like the constant low-grade smoke in a building. It does not cause a fire today, but over months and years it ages every surface it touches. Oxidative stress is similar, but it works at the cellular level, like rust slowly forming on metal. Both of these processes are worse in the kidneys of older adults, which is why kidney function tends to decline gently with age. Blueberries fight both. The anthocyanins in blueberries have been shown in research studies to calm that internal inflammation and slow that rust effect. And the best part is, your body absorbs these antioxidants during the night, while your kidneys are doing their maintenance work. So the blueberry you eat at bedtime is essentially handing the night shift cleaning crew a tool they can use right then and there. Let me share 6 specific reasons, with 6 fresh analogies, why blueberries earn the top spot as your bedtime kidney fruit. Point 1. Blueberries are remarkably low in potassium. For people over 60, this matters more than almost any other nutrition fact about fruit. Potassium is a mineral your kidneys normally clear from your blood. When kidney function slows down, even slightly, potassium can build up to unsafe levels. That buildup can cause muscle weakness, irregular heartbeat, and in serious cases, it can become a medical emergency. Most fruits are surprisingly high in potassium. A medium banana has around 400 milligrams. A cup of orange juice has roughly 500. Even a single orange sits near 230. For kidneys that are already working harder than they used to, those numbers can quietly add up. Blueberries, on the other hand, contain roughly 114 milligrams of potassium in a full cup. That is less than a quarter of what a banana delivers. So imagine your kidneys as a doorway. Most high-potassium fruits are like trying to carry 5 large packages through that doorway at once. Blueberries are like carrying just one small one. Your kidneys can move them through easily, even during the quiet hours of sleep. Point 2. Blueberries are low in phosphorus. Phosphorus is the second mineral that kidney patients and older adults need to watch. Healthy kidneys remove extra phosphorus from your blood. When they slow down, phosphorus can build up and pull calcium from your bones, weakening them over time. 1 cup of blueberries contains only about 20 milligrams of phosphorus. Compare that to a cup of cooked lentils, which has roughly 350, or a serving of yogurt, which has well over 200. Once again, blueberries are on the gentle end of the scale. Think of phosphorus like heavy laundry. Your kidneys are the washing machine. Blueberries barely add a sock to the load. Other foods dump in whole comforters. Point 3. Blueberries are loaded with anthocyanins, and this is the magic that sets them apart from other low-potassium fruits. Research published in peer-reviewed journals, including work indexed by the National Institutes of Health, has shown that anthocyanins reduce markers of inflammation in the blood. One animal study found that a blueberry-enriched diet improved kidney function and lowered oxidative stress in subjects with metabolic syndrome. Human studies continue, and the early picture is encouraging, though I will be honest with you, the word to remember is support. Blueberries support kidney function. They do not magically reverse kidney damage, but steady support, night after night, over months and years, is real. And real is what matters at our age. Here is the analogy. Most fruits are like water. They hydrate you. Blueberries are like water with a quiet medicine stirred in. You do not feel it working the moment you swallow it. You feel it months from now, in lab numbers that look a little better than they did before. Point 4. Blueberries are filled with natural melatonin and sleep-friendly compounds. This is the bedtime angle almost no one talks about. Your kidneys do most of their deepest repair work during slow-wave sleep, the deepest stage of your sleep cycle. Blueberries contain small natural amounts of melatonin, the hormone your brain makes to help you fall asleep, plus other plant compounds that researchers believe help regulate your sleep-wake cycle. So when you eat a small bowl of blueberries at bedtime, you are not only handing your kidneys useful antioxidants, you are also giving your sleep a gentle nudge. Better sleep means better overnight kidney repair. Think of it as a small lamp on a bedside table. It does not cure insomnia, but it makes the room feel like a place where sleep is welcome. Point 5. Blueberries help regulate blood sugar, which protects the kidneys indirectly. Diabetes and prediabetes are the leading causes of kidney disease in older adults. When blood sugar stays high for years, it damages the tiny filtering units inside your kidneys, the glomeruli. Blueberries have a low to moderate glycemic index. They cause a much smaller rise in blood sugar than most other sweet fruits. They also contain a type of fiber that slows the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream, so your pancreas does not have to spike your insulin to handle them. Insulin is the hormone that unlocks your cells to let sugar in. Blueberries, with their fiber and antioxidant load, ask insulin to knock gently rather than pound on the door. That gentler knock protects those tiny kidney filters, year after year. Point 6. Blueberries fight a hidden enemy in your urinary tract. Urinary tract infections are common in older adults, especially women. When bacteria climb up into the bladder and beyond, they can reach the kidneys themselves and cause pyelonephritis, a kidney infection that can leave lasting damage. A landmark review in the Cochrane database and other peer-reviewed studies suggest that berries in the same family as blueberries, particularly cranberries, may help prevent bacteria from sticking to the lining of the urinary tract. While blueberries are not cranberries, they share similar plant compounds. Research is still emerging, but the family of dark berries has been studied for urinary tract support for over a century. Think of urinary tract bacteria, like tiny climbers trying to scale a wall. The compounds in dark berries make that wall slippery. The climbers slide back down before they can reach the top. Now let me share the most common mistakes people make with blueberries, because good intentions do not always protect your kidneys. Mistake 1. Eating them with sugar or with sugary juice. Pouring honey, table sugar, or sweetened juice over your bedtime bowl of blueberries cancels out the slow sugar release your kidneys were counting on. You just turned a gentle fruit into a sugar bomb. If your blueberries taste a little tart, that is a good sign. It means the fiber and antioxidants are still doing their job. Mistake 2. Eating too much of them. A cup is plenty. More is not better here. Even good fruit in large quantities raises potassium, sugar, and total kidney load. A small bedtime portion is the sweet spot, literally and figuratively. Mistake 3. Choosing blueberry products instead of real blueberries. Many muffins, yogurts, and juices labeled blueberry contain mostly sugar, with only a trace of real fruit. They do almost nothing for your kidneys. The compounds you want come from the actual berry, not the picture of a berry on a carton. Mistake 4. Skipping them on weekends. Consistency is what changes kidney lab numbers over time. A bowl on Monday night and nothing the rest of the week will not move the needle. If you can build the habit of a small bedtime bowl most nights of the week, you give your kidneys a steady supply of the antioxidants they need. Now let me walk you through the simplest bedtime fix you can start tonight. Take 1/3 of a cup to half a cup of blueberries. Fresh when in season. Frozen the rest of the year, because frozen blueberries keep almost all of their antioxidants, since they are flash frozen at the peak of ripeness. Rinse them. Put them in a small bowl. Eat them slowly, about 30 minutes before you plan to fall asleep. That window matters. It gives your stomach time to start digestion before you lie down, so the antioxidants are circulating in your blood right as you drift off. If you want, sprinkle a teaspoon of ground flaxseed on top. Flax contains a type of omega-3 fatty acid, called ALA, that supports kidney-healthy blood pressure, or stir them into a small portion of plain Greek yogurt. Yogurt adds protein for overnight muscle repair without overwhelming your kidneys. That is the entire habit. 1 bowl, 1 minute. 1 quiet gift to your kidneys while you sleep. Now let me tell you about a patient I will call Margaret. Margaret is a 71-year-old retired teacher who came to see her doctor after a routine blood test showed her kidney function had slipped from 63% the year before down to 57%. Margaret was terrified. Her older brother had been on dialysis for 3 years, and she did not want that future for herself. Her doctor told her 2 things. First, the slip was real but small. Second, there was no single pill that could fix it. What would help was stacking several small, consistent habits day after day. Margaret was already walking 30 minutes a day, which was good. Her doctor mentioned evening nutrition as a missing piece. Specifically, magnesium-rich foods and low-potassium, antioxidant-rich fruit. Margaret started with half a cup of blueberries most nights, about 45 minutes before bed. She kept everything else the same. 6 months later, her kidney function stabilized at 57%. It did not jump back to 63, and she was not expecting that. Her doctor called the result meaningful. The trend had stopped dropping. And over the next year, her numbers held steady, with small improvements in her inflammation markers. Margaret still walks daily. She still watches her overall diet, but she says that small bedtime bowl of blueberries is the habit she rarely misses. Honest improvement, not a miracle. That is what we are looking for. All right, let me recap, because this is the part you want to walk away remembering. Bedtime fruit number 1 for your kidneys, blueberries. Low potassium, around 114 milligrams per cup. Low phosphorus, around 20 milligrams per cup. Loaded with anthocyanins, the deep blue antioxidants that calm inflammation and slow oxidative stress. Rich in gentle melatonin, supporting plant compounds that pair well with sleep. Low glycemic impact, so they do not spike your blood sugar. Possibly helpful against urinary tract bacteria that can climb toward your kidneys. Half a cup a few nights a week at minimum, eaten 30 minutes before bed, either fresh or frozen, with no added sugar. Avoid the sugary blueberry products that pretend to be the real thing. Stay consistent, and let time do the rest. Now an important safety reminder before we close. Everything you heard tonight is for educational purposes only. It is not a substitute for your personal doctor, your nephrologist, or your registered dietitian. If you have been told to limit potassium or phosphorus by your medical team, run this bedtime habit by them first. If you take blood thinners like warfarin, keep your intake steady, because blueberries contain vitamin K, and big swings in vitamin K foods can interfere with your medication. If you have a diagnosed kidney condition, especially stage 3 or higher chronic kidney disease, your targets may differ from the general population. Always check with your doctor before making any change to your nightly routine. Natural does not always mean risk-free, especially when other medications are involved. For everyone else, the takeaway is simple. Blueberries are a small, gentle, affordable habit, and they line up with what kidney specialists have been recommending for years. They are not magic. They are not a cure. They are a quiet night shift helper, working while you rest, asking nothing in return except your consistency. Here is one debate I want to plant in the comments. Some of you will swear by an apple slice at bedtime instead. Maybe your grandmother told you an apple a day keeps the doctor away, and you have believed it your whole life. Others of you will insist that nothing beats cranberries, especially for urinary tract health. Let's hear both sides. Tell me what bedtime fruit you actually trust, and why. I read every comment, and the conversations that start between you and other viewers are often the most useful part of any video I make. And here is a quick identity prompt. How old are you tonight, watching this, and where are you watching from? Just drop it below. It helps me understand who is in this audience, and it helps the next person feel less alone in their own kidney journey. If you want one more practical step tonight, I just published a video called something along the lines of 6 morning drinks that quietly damage your kidneys after 60. That video pairs perfectly with this one. Mornings and evenings together make a complete kidney rhythm. After you finish your blueberries tonight, scroll down, tap that video, and watch it next. Together, they form a full-day plan your kidneys will thank you for. Tap subscribe, turn on the little bell, and share this with someone you love whose kidneys might appreciate a quiet nighttime friend. Sleep well. Your kidneys are already working on tomorrow. Sources referenced in this script: National Kidney Foundation Superfoods List. Kidney. Peer-reviewed research indexed by the National Institutes of Health on anthocyanins and kidney health, including Nair et al. On blueberry-enriched diets and renal function.